Today's thought is side hustling. So, walking around the bay on this beautiful day, I've been thinking about side hustles or models that can be done. So let's just say you want to own a boat, a beautiful super yacht, a $500,000 super yacht. If you can find 5 investors to put $100,000 and buy a $500,000 super yacht, and you rent out that yacht every week for say $2,000, $1,000 a day, that's $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year distributed amongst 5 people is $20,000 a year. That's $20,000 a year that you would be making from this investment. Let's just say the yacht brought in $4,000 a year, $200,000 a year. That would mean that you've $200,000 a year, then you've made yourself $40,000 a year, a 20% return on your investment. Number one, hustle. A side hustle, not hassle, but side hustle. Hustle. So my thought is that you can monetize whatever you want to monetize. You can monetize your car. If you don't use your car for Monday to Friday, you can rent out your car Monday to Friday, 7 o'clock till 7 o'clock at night. You commute. You hire it out for $50 a day, $100 a day. That's $500 for whatever a week that you wouldn't have. That's a side hustle. Another side hustle, you want a room, you've got 5 bedrooms, you only need 1-2 bedrooms. You rent out the rest, another side hustle. I think you could literally, the way I'm seeing it is literally you could monetize whatever you want to monetize. Could be a car, could be a boat, could be, I see boats walking around the bay, I see boats just sitting there doing nothing. They've been there for I don't know, I've been walking around the bay for years and it's still just sitting there doing nothing. Well, you could approach the owners and see if you can monetize their boat for them, so they'll collect $100 a week, whatever it is. You hire the boat out to people for $200 a week, and there's your side hustle. These are just things that, I think eventually everything is going to be monetized. You can monetize everything, or almost everything. Things that you don't use, but other people want. So you could have a garage that you never use, and you never put your car in, and you only store junk in there. We'll monetize it. So therefore, rent out the garage Monday to Friday, so it doesn't impinge on your weekends, whatever. Somebody wants to use their garage for storage, somebody wants to use the garage to build something, they want to use the garage for packaging, whatever it may be, that's what they want to use it for. And so therefore you could end up with $500 a week that you never even had from something that you never even used. These are the side hustles that I believe that everybody can do, and we don't realize that we live in such a big country, so much space. Somebody wants to, you have all this land in the back of your yard that you just mow every week, or every 2 weeks you need to mow the grass and cut the lawn and stuff like that. Well, what if somebody wanted to grow vegetables in the garden and wanted to do a bit of agriculture and sell their produce or whatever? Well, then you can rent out that space to somebody that wants to create something from it. You monetize your time and your effort and your money. You put it in the bank, you collect your wages, you put it in the bank, they give you 1% of whatever the hell they give you, which is absolutely nothing. And what they do is they use that money to lend it out to other people. Well, what if it's the same principle. You've got something, you lend it out and you get a return. And it could be a small return, it could be a big return, but it's a return nonetheless. It's monetizing your time, your energy, or whatever it is, your space, your location, your car, your house, whatever it may be, but at least you're monetizing it without it just sitting there doing nothing, literally. And I think that's my my thought of the day. Monetize, and hustle. And the hustle only becomes a hassle when you don't really want to, when you're not enjoying what you're doing. So, you know, you don't want to go into a side hustle that you find a hassle. There goes, that's what I meant by hassle and hustle, I guess. So you want to create a side hustle without the hassle. So if you're enjoying your side hustle, meaning you like to, you like fashion, you can arbitrage your fashion clothes, buy from at the markets and sell on your website. You can arbitrage anything. You can arbitrage your nicks and knacks, furniture. You buy furniture, you fix it up and you sell it. That's arbitrage. So you can pretty much do so many side hustles. If you enjoy fashion, then that's a good side hustle. If you enjoy making furniture or restoring things, that's another side hustle. If you enjoy flipping, you know, whatever it may be that you enjoy, or you find that it's a hobby, well, that's a nice hustle without the hassle. Because then if you're not enjoying it, then it does become a hassle. So find something that you enjoy, whether it be something to do with sports, something to do with fashion, something to do with cosmetics, something to do with real estate, whatever it may be. If you find that you're enjoying it, then you can monetize it, and which means that you can create a return. Whatever small amount of return is always a return. It could actually pay for your bills, could actually pay for your electricity, your gas, your petrol, whatever it may be. I'm thinking of the van. Instead of the van sitting there for 5 days without being used, well, then I rent out and monetize the van and rent it out to backpackers who want to take off for a weekend or will take off for 5 days, and charge them accordingly. And now I've monetized my van, or your car, or your rooms, or spare rooms, or whatever. So I think that people always want what you have, will always want something that you have, just like you always want something they have. So if you can do that and find out what people want, and first of all find out what you have, and see if you can monetize it, and will people want to pay to drive your camper van around for a weekend? Will people want to pay to take my boat out for a weekend? People want to pay to rent out my garage for a weekend? Whatever it may be, at least you're making money out of whatever it is that you're not using. That was my thought for the day.